Your child begs you for more screen time. They want their own social media account and insist that everyone in their class has unlimited access to the internet. Meanwhile, your mind jumps to all the online dangers, strangers, inappropriate content, cyberbullying, and the list can go on and on and on. So, how do you keep balance, keeping them safe while still allowing them the independence that they crave? That's our question for today. How do I protect my teen daughter from online dangers while still giving her independence? Hi, my name is Vanessa De Jesus Guzman, educator of 18 years, turned licensed therapist specializing in working with kids and moms. On this Consult a Counselor series, I answer real life parenting questions to help you find your calm in the chaos of parenting and not lose your well, here we go. It's a tricky balance, right? On one hand, we want to protect our kids from all of these online dangers. And then on the other hand, we don't want to completely shelter them. Leaving them unprepared for the real world really is not good for their own personal growth. So, the goal that we should really try to reach is teaching them how to navigate the digital world safely instead of just blocking access and hoping for the best. Because if they don't make these mistakes while we are here as their safety nets, then they make the mistakes when they go out there, let's say into college, then fall flat on their faces. And it's much harder to pick up the pieces if you've never done it with a safety net that you trust. So here's how you can do this. The first tip is start with open conversations. Before making even any rules, just make sure that your child understands why online safety matters. And instead of using fear based tactics, frame it as the internet and social media is a great tool, but just like in real life, we need to be smart about who is it that we talk to and what we share. Also, try to make it a continuous conversation that you can keep coming back to. And conversation, my dear friends, means that it's a two-way street, not just you lecturing your child. The second tip is to set clear and age appropriate boundaries. Not all internet use is created equal. Your child's online independence should match their level of maturity. So, let's say for younger kids, ages 6 to 10, there really should not be any unsupervised online activity, and there should be parental controls for everything. And then let's say for our tweens, ages 11 to 13, there should really be limited access to messaging apps where there is no parental oversight. And if you want more help on the things that you can do with your phone for parental control, I'm going to put other episodes in the show notes so that you can go back to them to know how it is that you can best help your child. And then for teens 14 plus, sure, more online freedom is necessary, but with very clear expectations about safety and behavior, and also with very clear outcomes. I like using the word outcome over the word consequences because it doesn't have such a negative stigma. But yes, they do need outcomes to know that if they abuse your privilege, then there will be an outcome that they may not like. And here's the key. To all of these rules, you must explain the why so that they don't see it as just restrictions or you making their life impossible, but really as a tool to stay safe. And if you set these rules in conjunction with them, it makes a world of difference. The third tip, teach them the grandma rule for sharing. This grandma rule is if you wouldn't want grandma to see it, don't post it. This really helps them think critically about what it is that they're sharing before they hit send or post. And sure, there are parental controls, just as I shared, but don't rely on them alone. Screen time limits are great tools, but they don't replace real life conversations. And kids will, because you know that they will, find workarounds when they really want to. So instead of just blocking things, teach kids why certain content or certain interactions can be risky. You can always role play real life scenarios as well. So instead of saying, like, just be careful, you can actually walk through certain situations like, what would you do if someone you don't know messages you? Or what would you do if a friend pressures you to send a picture that you're uncomfortable with? Having these types of conversations helps them think ahead and gives them the confidence to really make smart choices. It also helps you know where your kid is at and how they would handle certain situations. And the hardest tip that I will offer you, it really doesn't sound hard, but I know as a parent, it is a little bit difficult to implement is to encourage your kids to come to you without the fear of punishment. That really is why kids don't tell us every decision that they make because they're afraid that we're going to yell, that then we're going to have these outcomes slash consequences. But we have to also be a safe place that they should know, yes, we are not friends, you are their parents, but that you are going to be open and receptive when they have a question or a real concern. Many kids don't tell their parents when something makes them uncomfortable because they fear losing their devices. So instead, talk to them and say something along the lines of, if something makes you uncomfortable online, I'd rather help you navigate it than just take everything away. And if your child hears this, it might keep communication lines open and it might even help them build stronger trust lines with you. And if you want to take it a step further, or if you're an educator who works with children, maybe as a school counselor, school psychologist, or social worker, or even as a licensed therapist who runs groups with kids, I have a great resource for you. I came across this book, 30-Minute Groups, which is awesome. I have it for other topics, and this topic is online safety for middle school and high school. It says spotting red flags, protecting privacy, and being a positive voice in the online space. And it's written by Dr. Rachel Casada Lumen. I love this book because it makes the running a group a no-brainer. It breaks it down for you from having the attendance sheets to the different lessons that you can do week to week. And it really does give practical tools for our kids, not just paper and pencil things, but really things to consider and activities that you can do with the group of kids and jump starters for conversation to really have them understand what the topic is all about. It gives them key terms, it gives them reflective questions, it gives them practical exercises that they can do, and it teaches you a thing or two that probably the kids knew, but you did not. I really do like this book. The one constructive feedback that I would have is that it is wonderful for right now. As we know, there is so much that develops so quickly online. So if you're listening to this around 2025, this is going to be wonderful because, I mean, even the terms catfishing, chatbox, extended reality, humanoid, it really talks about things that are relevant right now. But we know that things are ever changing, ever shifting, and there may be new terms that come along in the future. I highly recommend this book, and I welcome you to visit the show notes so that you can obtain your own book as well. So, my friends, thanks for listening in, and I really do hope that this helps. If you think I can help another mom or dad friend, be sure to share it with them and hit the subscribe and notification button so that you don't miss the next episode. If you have any questions for the Consultant Counselor series, you can always DM me on any platform at Counselor V De Jesus, or you can go down to the show notes and ask your question anonymously via the link below. And remember, in a world where you are free to be anything, you are always free to be mindful. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you next time.